Right, welcome back, and today we are going through a evening routine. Again, it's based on freeing up the hips, getting rid of lower back pain, sciatica, big causator of a lot of problems for a lot of people. We're going to again do our evening kind of end of the day re-stretch out. A lot of people don't understand when you look at like training, say we go and train a muscle, what that does is it actually tightens the muscle. So think about your day-to-day life, think about all the walking you do, think about all the bending over to pick stuff up. Like, you are still working the muscle, which means you are breaking it down, which means you are tightening it. So when the muscle gets tight and doesn't get released, all it can ever do then is just get tighter and tighter, and that's why people end up with so many serious problems. It's because they don't ever do the opposite to kind of bring everything back to the way it should be. Think of like your muscle and like the middle of the pendulum, and each time you train it goes a bit to the right. If you don't then stretch to bring it back to center, it's just going to keep going that way until you get into the red, and the next thing you know, everything's blowing up and exploding and you're just feeling the pain of it. So just as much as mobilizing in the morning is important, the stretching routine in the evening is a lifesaver. And just doing this, obviously, depending on the severity of your pain, maybe you have to do it nightly to start. But for me personally, I only have to do it 3 times a week and I am completely fine. You will get to that, but you obviously have to build that foundation. So what we're going to do is, again, starting with lying down, like so. We're going to start kind of the way that we did in the morning. So we're just going to start with these nice knee drops, but you don't know, some people feel tighter now, some people feel looser in the evening. I usually feel a bit looser, but it just means that I can get a bit deeper with these stretches. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with these knee drops. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hold one down like this, and we're going to use the other foot and just flick it over the knee. And we're then just going to allow that to drop. Just going to go right the way down. Just relax into this. Breathe into it, nice deep breaths. You'll feel this coming from the hamstring, it'll come up and around the hip, and then it's going to go right into the back. You're just going to fully relax off into this. 30 seconds, about that. And then you're going to switch sides, same again. You will notice that one side is tighter than the other. That's fine, that's normal, it happens. We have a lot of imbalances in the body, which I'll touch on in another video. But sometimes one side will feel tighter than the other, and that's okay. As long as they're both getting stretched off, you're great. So again, once you've done the 30 seconds, I then want you to sit up and find like a wall. This is quite a small wall, but you can go against like any wall in your house, or if you have like a sturdy sofa, something like that. And we're just basically gonna pull our feet in Buddha, pull them as tight as we can, and we're just gonna start bouncing. Just like bouncing like we did in the morning routine. Just gonna chill out like a happy butterfly. And once you've done a couple of them, all we're gonna do then, place our hands onto our knees and we're going to push down. I would say if you go to a wall that's high enough to kind of cover your whole back, it's better to start with, because what you can do is while driving down, you can push your upper back into the wall, kind of use that to post, and you'll get a much better depth. Again, 30-second hold, go back to your bouncing. And then you're going to go again. So you do the knee drops to start with the hold. Do that, I'd say 2 or 3 times. And then following that, you're then going to come onto this. Do your bouncing with your butterfly. And then 30 seconds holding on that. Again, back to bouncing. You get it. After we've done that, we're then going to come up onto one knee. So again, whichever leg's being worked, you can go onto that. Now it's quite similar, the evening routine, to the morning, but I've kind of kept it that way because the simpler it is, the easier it is for you to just remember it and get it done. I feel like when people create plans and you've got all these different things going on, it's like it's just too much to kind of remember, and a lot of the time it'll just put us off it. So what we're going to do, keeping one foot down, other foot up, same as we did before. Again, I'm going to go side on because I did this last time. So again, we're going to drop ourselves in nice and deep, but this time we're going to hold because we've had a long day, the muscles are warm, and they've been worked. So this is just now about relaxing into this, really deepening that stretch as much as we can. And we're just going to really allow this. If you're on a hard floor, please put something under your knees. Like, you want to just make sure you're protecting yourself at all times, and especially in stretching, you don't want to be driving your knee into a hardwood floor. So holding after 30 seconds, switching sides. And again, with this, in between this one, I would say stand up, do some high knees. 30 seconds, obviously each side, and about 3 times over. So after we've done that, the final one that is probably one of my favourites, and I always go to, is a pigeon stretch. And a lot of the yogis will know this one, but it's an awesome stretch, and I think that it should be utilised by a lot of people, especially with lower back and hip issues. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring, if you go into a plank position or hands and knees like this, bring one of your knees directly underneath your sternum or your breastbone. And what we're going to do is, balancing on this hand with the front leg, we're going to use this back hand to just push this ankle up. So we've got a nice little right angle. Can be as acute or obtuse as you want. If you want to hit 90 degrees with your leg, you can, just depends on how flexible you are. We're then going to use our other foot to work our body backwards. It should be quite tight now, especially on the outsides of the hip here. All we're going to do then, our goal is to get our head to the floor. That's the goal. So just dropping ourselves right down and head on the floor. You're going to go 30 seconds each side. Everything is kept very simple, it's kept all the same, because it just makes it very quick and very simple, and it doesn't take too much time out of your evening, and you can just get it done and then go to bed. Like, I have kept it so simple, and I've used the stretches that have worked best for me. Your final one, your last one, and this is your last one, I promise. I've said that for the last one, but this is it. This is it. Your final one is called the frog. I'm going to show you 2 variations of this stretch because it is just an adductor stretch, but I found, for me personally, it was actually very beneficial. So to do the frog, what you basically do is you put your weight into your forearms like this. You're then going to push your legs out as wide as you can, and they'll go pretty wide because your knees are quite down. You're going to use your forearms to push yourself back into the stretch, and you're just going to hold it. It's pretty intense. Every person will tell you it's a pretty intense stretch. So again, 30 seconds, rest, do a bit of movement, go back into it 2 or 3 times. If you can't do that, that's okay. We're just going to do the same as we did in the morning routine, which is your side leg out, put the knee down. But instead of doing your bounding, you're going to flatten the back foot and you're just going to sit right down onto it like Spider-Man. It's really simple, but very effective for the inside of the leg. I will say to a lot of people, if you can do the frog over this one, though, it will be a lot more beneficial. But yeah, as I say, this is just as good. Like, it will still get the same benefits, just maybe not as quick. And yeah, that's my last for the video. I am so happy that you have come to watch this, and I really do hope that it helps you on your journey to a pain-free life and a pain-free world. Sciatica is not a fun place to be in. It's not a fun thing to have, and lower back pain, it shouldn't be a part of our lives. If with the videos that I put out, people can feel free and they can feel just that bit better, great. That's all I want. I just want to make sure that I can reach as many people as possible, and that this message to freeing up that lower back and freeing yourself from pain can just get to everyone, because that's really all this is about. We're all just trying to get through this life, we're all just trying to get through this world, and it'd be lovely if we could do it pain-free, right? So thank you guys for watching, and like and subscribe, and yeah, keep with me. I'm going to show you guys a lot of different things. I am going to go through, once we've done this little series on lower back and hips, we're going to go into shoulders, spine, arms, legs, you name it, everything. We're going to really just get you guys feeling absolutely fantastic, and then from there we will take over the world. Have a good day, guys. Take care.